So take it away, Dan, with that sideline mic for the coin toss.
Referee Captain Hauser is your speaking captain.
Captain Hauser, how are you? If I'll meet the Lincoln County captains, these are the Tryon captains. Fellas, tonight Mr. Kuntz is your umpire, and my name is Palmer, and I'll be your referee. If we have anything we need to talk to a captain about, I'll ask for either Lincoln County or Tryon captain. If you're on the field, you come up and listen to your options. Make sure you understand what the options are before you make a decision. I'll give you plenty of time to look at the coaches, okay? That way, once you make a decision, we can't change it. Make sure you know what your options are. If you're the visiting team, you're going to call the coin toss. This is heads. That's tails, because it says tails right there. You go ahead and call it, and then I'll flip it.
Tails.
He called tails. It is heads, as you can see. Lincoln County's won the toss. Now, you can defer your choice to the second half or make it now.
We're going to defer.
Okay?
There you have it, guys. We won the toss. We defer to the second half.
All right, thank you, Dan. That official really spoke well.
Pretty good, I'm telling you.
I don't know if Dan had the mic there, a good reception, or he just put it out there and you could really hear everything. I like the way he said, this is heads and this is tails because it says tails.
That was a
no question about it. But Lincoln County wins the coin toss. We defer to the second half, which most obviously we're going to be receiving the ball to start the second half. So the first half we will be kicking off to the Tryon Bulldogs. Lincoln County will be kicking from my right, which will be with their backs to the street. Tryon will be receiving with their back to the gym. That's the side where the scoreboard is. And if you hadn't got here yet and you're on the internet, I hope you're not riding down the road and listening on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. We could use you out here tonight.
We could use that home field advantage by having the fans in the seats.
Yep. Looks like our reserve seating's probably, I guess, 70-80% full. Our other student section always kind of fills up, but I see some gaps in it tonight. And of course, the far right for us, if you're looking at the stands, is probably not half full over on that far end. So, but anyway, here we go, Parks.
Marquise Parks will be getting set to kick off for Lincoln County, and this game will be underway in about 3 seconds. 3 shakes of a lamb's ear.
Here you go. Good
There's
way to
the whistle. And he's going to get a kind of a short, high end over end one. It's going to be fielded at the 28 by Tryon, and the receiver's going to take it out. It looks like about the 40, and that's where Tryon will start the first possession.
Yeah, not a very deep kick that time by Marquise. Just didn't hit the football square, and it didn't have a whole lot of height on it either. And so they have their guy to take it from the 30 and sprint up for about 10 yards, and that's where Tryon's going to take over first and 10. The ball just on the other side of the 40, about the 40.5-yard line. First and 10, we've just kicked off.
Did he just miss that one, or are we trying to kick short?
I think he just missed it.
Last week we had several short kicks like that. Tryon got 2 setbacks, one wide to the left. Lincoln County on a 5-2 defense. Quarterback's going to run the option, decides to keep it himself, turns the corner around the end, is going to get it out to the 45.
Yeah, he did a good job that time, just kind of reading down the line. We're not making any penetration, and finally he saw a little seam and cut it up for almost 5 yards. It looked like maybe Morris come in and finally stopped him after we'll give him 5 yards and make it 2nd down and 7 on the 45. 11:30 to go in the quarter and no score. We've just kicked off.
And I think what they run is a little bit of option offense. Yeah. They got the wide to the right side, 2 setbacks. And they're going to run their little option again. This time, quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to get met at the line by about 4 or 5 Lincoln County players.
We grabbed the ball, but I thought they had whistled it dead. Like Keyston come out with the football, but they don't pick up anything. Now, one thing about the option, it's pretty good against a bigger team, but when you got a team like us that's pretty fast up and down the line all over the field, we should handle ourselves fairly well. They get about a foot. So we're going to call it 3rd down, a short 4 right at 5. Long 4, maybe even 5. 3rd down for Tryon.
All right, they're coming out in the shotgun. 1 setback, 2 wides either side for Tryon. We're in a 4-man front. Quarterback rolling right. He's going to keep it. Turns the corner. And he's got the first with the lunge over after he got hit. He got hit at the 50. Lunge forward. Comes down on about the 49. for Tryon first down on this opening series.
Yeah, he tucked it real quick, Doug. I don't even know if he was going to even pass it. I mean,
It
maybe
was
he
run all
saw.
the
Yeah,
way.
he saw something real quick. If not, and he tucked that thing in and went for 6.5 yards, and they've crossed the midfield there on Lincoln County's 49-yard line. 10:30 to go in the quarter, no score. Tryon already got one first down and trying to drive.
Our defensive end that time kind of came inside instead of staying at home and left that hole open.
Tryon coming 2 wides on the right, 1 on the left, 2 setbacks. Quarterback up under center. We're in the 5-man front motion, right to left. We're pulling the man up to cover the motion. Quarterback going down the line. Hands off to his back this time, going off the left guard tackle spot. And he's going to pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah, something I really didn't know if anybody could do on. Of course, and I know we're real early in the game, but just two minutes into the football game has really run on us pretty good. But so far, we've stopped them one time for no gain or 6-inch gain, and they pick up, like I said, about 4 right there. Go be second down. We'll call it 6.5, maybe even 7. 9:40 to go in the quarter. There's no score.
Tryon coming out again in the shotgun. 2 wides either side. Lincoln in the 4-2. Motion right to left. Quarterback fakes the inside handoff. Throws out to his right.
We got it.
Is it a completion?
Yeah, he picked it off.
Yep. It is intercepted by number 24, Sel Daniel.
Yeah, great
So
interception.
far at Cobb. I mean,
Yeah.
if this was pros or college, they'd be reviewing it
Yeah,
to
but
make sure it didn't
yeah,
touch the ground.
yeah.
That's how close it was. I mean, he scooped it, and both officials came up and they looked at each other like, I didn't see it touch the ground, so it's a Lincoln County ball.
There's still a spectacular interception on I-35. They tried to suck us in with a run and try to strike a little slant. He overthrew him, and we pick it off. First and 10, Lincoln County.
It looked clean from this side, but I mean, I'm the opposite side of the field from it, but it looked like he captured it clean.
Good. All right, Moore in the quarterback, hands off to Jones going around the right side, and they upend him. I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna lose. Looks like a yard. We got a man slow getting up. Looks like Tavius slow getting up. We're gonna lose a yard. Gonna bring up second down and 11. They just broke down our blocking over on their left side, our right side. 9 minutes to go in the quarter. No score. We're second and 11.
Lincoln breaking huddle, wide outs to either side. Wings either side, 1 setback. McGahee. Faked handoff to Jones. Moore rolling right, throwing down. 1-on-1 coverage down deep to Rusty Scott. He's got it, takes away from the man, and he will score.
No flags. No flags. What a catch by Scott right there, Doug. And there comes the flag. It's going to be late. I don't know who it's going to be on. If we
I
don't
know
say
who's going to
something.
be on, but I ain't going to say it. But it
Is
threw
it
up
on
about
us?
20 yards, I think.
Yeah.
I saw the man go slinging around, but it was 20 yards away from, Scott was crossing the end zone.
Surely we didn't do nothing crazy here. It's going to cost us a touchdown. What a catch by Rusty. He just went over the guy. The throw was a little bit short, and Rusty just outmanned him for the football, to be honest with you. Here's the call. Dead ball. Face mask on them.
On them,
So,
okay.
That scared me. I kind of saw what you saw, but I said,
I
there it
saw
is. Yeah.
the player getting slung, but I didn't see the actual hit. That's why I didn't say anything. But what it was is Tryon guy grabbed Tyler Banks' face mask and yanked him to the ground. It was 20 yards away from the play.
So we throw a 66-yard touchdown pass and strike with 8:38 to go. And Walker's going to come in and try the point after. I like the call there, though. They thought we'd probably come out and run, and
Yep.
we hit them with a bomb.
Snaps it, and we got whistles prior to the snap, so let's see what that's all about.
These guys are pretty disciplined. I got a feeling we're going to see the ball thrown a little bit tonight because, they're going to be in their assignments
Yeah,
on defense.
Well, that's what we was talking a little bit earlier, Dan, and taking, of course, nothing from our boys, but a lot of times you play teams that are really, really disciplined and smart between the ears. Not that we're not now, but like you said, they go stay at home. They go read their keys, and we may have a tough time moving it on the ground on them.
Well, that's what that is. They're using what they got. If they got
Exactly.
guys that can do thinking
Exactly.
on the run, use it. An illegal procedure moved us back 5 yards. Kick is there. Probably one of the better kicks he's had in a long
Yeah,
time.
he thumped it
Up
pretty
on
good.
the gym, and that was from 5
I
yards.
think Vance got out there for a second. But Walker kicked that one on the gym.
Yeah, we ain't seen that since last year. And so Lincoln County strikes first blood, and we're up 7-0. And we'll read you our sponsors real quick. Thanks to Clyde's Crossing, Doug Newman, State Farm Insurance, Johnson Equipment Repairs and Rentals, Lincoln and Auto Sale, Verizon Wireless and Radio Shack, Turner Realty, Commercial Insurance, Lincoln Marine, R&W Auto Parts, Augusta Telephone Sales and Service, Cox Brothers Builders, Rail EMC, Golf DL, H&H Industries, Spratland Hardware, American Academy of Manual Medicine, F&M Bank, and City Tire of Lincoln. Thank you for making this possible tonight.
What was the distance on that pass?
66.
66-yard pass.
Yeah, that's about what I had it.
Okay. That was more to Scott.
And we go bring Big Parks out again.
And on that pass, that play, that was Scott. It was one-on-one coverage there. He kind of came back. He came back to the ball, went up over the guy defending him, and said he wanted it more and got it.
Exactly right. Exactly.
And almost, the guy could have almost knocked him on down, but Scott pulled away and was able to go on into the end zone out of it.
Big play by Rusty. Great athletic move there. Kind of looked like A.J. Green against LSU a little bit.
And
we call time because I don't know if we don't have enough players. 1, 2, 3.
They've got to assess that. Are they going to assess the penalty on the kickoff, or what do they do with the penalty?
The dead ball.
The dead ball.
You're right. Maybe he may be calling timeout to ask that. I don't know that. Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. And he's asking, what about the dead ball personal foul? Yeah, we should have had the dead ball there. You don't do it on the extra point. I mean, dear Lord.
Assess it on the kickoff. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's what they do in college. Yeah. We saw that, didn't we? 8:38 to go in the first quarter. We just scored on a 66-yard bomb, and we're up 7-0. It looks like we're going to be playing a pretty good Tryon team here. They look pretty much in sync offensively, and we happened to make a great interception by Daniel. And then our first play, they knocked us down for minus a yard, and then we struck long 66, so 66-yard touchdown. So now the refs are getting together. Coach Campbell's kind of got them together. And
Yeah, he's asking the question y'all were talking about. I overheard him talking about where are we supposed to get that penalty.
Yeah. And what did you hear him?
No, I couldn't hear the official. They were too far away, and I didn't want to walk out on the field.
Yeah. But, as flagrant as that was, it wasn't an incidental phase match. It ought to be a 15-yard. We kick from.
I mean, if you
kick
go
from their 45.
Why even call it if there's going to be no penalty to it? You know what I'm saying?
It ain't going to help you any on the PAT.
Right, exactly.
And they're sorting it out, and that's where we at. But the score 7-0 Lincoln County early in the first quarter here. Tryon came out, 75% of their first series of plays, it was quarterback keeping it and running. So are they trying to lull us into him thinking he's going to be doing most of the running, and they're going to air out a passing game later on, or what is their strategy?
Okay, it looks like what happened here is the official came over and said that we should have gotten it on the kickoff, but the captain refused it. But the ref is saying that he made a mistake. He should have turned to the coach to explain and see what.
Yeah, because we think a touchdown. I mean, why we got you. So it's a boo-boo on them, and as long as they say, look, we messed up, what do? You just go about your business.
Because he did say, I will tell you what your choices are and give you a chance to look at your coaches. And the players thinking, hey, I refuse it. We got a touchdown. If I take it, we got to do it over. He probably didn't explain it well, and he may not have explained it in enough detail for the captain to understand it.
That does seem to be the case. That seems to be what he was apologizing for over here, that he didn't thoroughly explain what the situation was.
All right.
So we will be kicking from our 40 instead of from their 45 with a little miscommunication out on the field explaining the penalty, but that's all right. Here's the whistle, and Parks is kicking off. What does he do this time? This time he gets a little more depth on it. It's going to be fielded right at the 10 by Tryon at midfield. Coming to the right side, somebody Parks grabs him by the jersey and slings him down at the 25. He almost ran past him, but all Parks could get was the sleeve of his jersey and just spun him around.
I'm going to tell you, that was like the partner of the Red Sea for Marquise. Didn't nobody want to hit him. He had a full steam ahead, and nobody even come close to touching Marquise. And he sure did. Sprinted down there and just grabbed him, yanked him down. So they're going to start on their 25. The kickoff would have been in the end zone. They wouldn't have got but a 5-yard difference. Yeah. So,
in most kickoff schemes, kickoff guy is your safety valve.
Exactly, not him.
That hangs way back. He's down there, almost like the headhunter. And he's a big headhunter.
He's a big. I wouldn't get in his way either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, they're going to run the option to the right side. Quarterback keeps again. Mars hits him at the line. I think he's going to step forward, get about a yard out of it maybe. That, but just a little option down to the right side, the short side of the field. And quarterback keeps it. Well, he's going to pick up about 2.5 out of it.
Yeah, but still a good job by Steven there, kind of reading his keys and filled his hole. And, he turned him up and he got 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 7. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Red Devils have scored. We're up 7-0 early in this thing.
I just hope they have a real durable, ever-ready type quarterback if he keeps running the ball.
Because
he's going to take a punch and Tryon's going to turn back, hands to the tailback, coming off the right side. He's over the 30, up to about the 31, picking up a couple of yards.
Yeah, he had just a small hole, and he hit the hole okay, but we closed it down real quick. 3 or 4 Red Devils actually in there on the stops. Go bring up 3rd down in about 4. He gained a couple of yards there. 7:25 to go here in the first quarter. Lincoln County's up 7-0.
This offense, sort of the 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but with all the rain we've had, there is no cloud of dust.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tryon sending a wide out to the left side. 2-man set in the backfield. One gets up, steps back a little bit, draws us off sides.
That's going to be a 1st down.
And it's our fast kickoff man, Big Marquise. I don't know if it was a hard count drawing him off or the man stepping back in from the setback spot.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to be the culprits here, and it looks like that's go give them a 1st down. Yep.
A little encroachment. They're going to pick up 1st down out of it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Trion with the ball on their own.
The officials don't want to move. He's sitting there talking to the cheerleaders. Look how they laughing at him. But anyway, it's 1st and 10 for Tryon. They moved it out now to about the 36.5, 37-yard line. 7 minutes in the quarter. We're up a touchdown.
Tryon, 2 setback formation, hands to the tailback, following his lead blocker off the right guard tackle spot. Picks up about 4 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, Doug, they're driving off the football pretty good. They, I saw them that time. They had one of our guys double teamed, just moving him back. So they pick up. There's another about 4-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. The ball on the 41 now. We're down to 6:30 in the quarter. 7-0 Lincoln County.
And I'm
Addison, if you would turn that main up a little bit so I can hear you a little better.
All righty.
Looking at their line from up here, they don't look to be that big and overpowering type folks.
Right.
Just good, scrappy ball players, I would say.
Right.
Tryon's going to run the option. Quarterback keeps, turns in between tackle in spot, picks up about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and a yard. Of course, I'm looking at, most folks we've played all year have been lining up almost kind of foot to foot.
Yeah, they spread
They
out.
got gaps.
Buddy.
They got about a 1.5 foot, 2 foot gap between their linemen, so that's spreading it out, making holes.
Yeah, they really got it. That's exactly. I was noticing that just a little bit ago as we had a little better angle. They really get wide gaps, and we've got to spread out there with them, and that's that's pretty smart
If
thinking.
you got fast backs that can read the block,
Yeah,
really ain't got a block. All you got to do is just do a screen.
exactly right.
Wide to the left, 2-man set, going to hand to the set back, trying to go off that right side, and we're going to stuff him. He's not going to get the 1st. He's going to lose about a 1/2 foot, looks like. So to bring up 4th and a yard and a half for Tryon with the ball right on the 45. They're 45.
It looks like they're going to send in their punting team. We really stacked it up there in the middle by just a whole host of Red Devils. And it looks like it is definitely going to be 4th down. He didn't move it. As a matter of fact, I think you're right. He may have lost a foot there.
He lost a foot.
So it's going to bring up 4th down. Looks like we're going to get the football back. It's 5:19 to go in the quarter. And did you see a timeout anywhere? The clock has stopped.
No, I hadn't. I don't know why it stopped.
There was a sideline warning on us. There was a flag.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Thank you, Dan.
All right, their punter standing back on his 35. Our 2 deep men standing back inside the 20. Waiting on the snap. All right, they move offside Tryon, so to move it back 5 yards and redo all this stuff.
I'm going to tell you what's scary. We got that thing stacked up in there. It's wide open right over here on this middle. If they hope they don't see it to curl maybe later in the game. I wouldn't do it now, but just look how we got it. We don't have anybody course, I know we got somebody reading what's going on.
Yeah.
It ain't like, So it's a penalty now on Tryon, 4th down.
So now their punter will be standing on the 30. Our receiving folks will be standing up in front of the 20, about the 22-yard line. It's a little high snap. He comes down with it. And it's going to bounce on the 20, and Ursel is going to pick it up and go, and he's going to get up to about the 20. Got a flag thrown back on the 22, probably a block.
Yeah, but the guy that should have threw the flag was standing right there watching it. Well, we got to be careful. There's going to be a flag on Lincoln County for a block in the back. But they thought we had run into him. Actually, he was blocked into the kicker. But their kicker wasn't back for 10 yards. That just may be the kind of the way they do it. But
we didn't even run into the kicker. Their guy did.
Yeah, that's what I say. They were engaged, and their guys the one that hit the kicker.
And he hit him pretty good, too.
They sure did. Do it one more time. Anyway, it looks
I
like
can't run into him, but I can flat knock your own man into him.
Exactly. So it looks like we're going to start in a little bit of a hole here in the first quarter. We're at 4:58 to go. This will be our second possession, and we hit for a 66-yard touchdown on our second play from scrimmage tonight. But we're going backward here. We're going to start, it looks like about our 11 or 12-yard line. On the 11, I heard Gilly say from across the way.
All right, Moore still in at quarterback. Got the wide out on the left side. Got those wings on either side. Motion left to right. That's Jones with the ball going around the corner. Stutter stepping, trying to get it turned up. They read it pretty good.
They don't look like we're going to get.
Can't tell what he got from here.
Yeah, from the 11 up to about the 15. So we got 4.
They're going to spot it on the 15.
Jones doing a little dancing right there. I heard you, Mike. I don't know if you heard him over there, Dan, but somebody was hollering, lower your head and hit him.
Yeah, I can hear it.
So it may be a good idea, but when you're a sophomore and you kind of just been thrown into the fire, you do the best you can, and he's done a great job.
All right, Lincoln coming out, wide out, left side, Moore up on the center. He's got the one setback. Scott's receiver out on the left side, got wings either side, motion left to right, Moore. Hands off to his setback, Morris, who's going to get it out to about the 20, picking up a few positive yards.
Yeah, he's so strong up in there. If you give him just a step or two up in that line, he's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards for you. But it looks like we're going to be third and real short, maybe a yard short, as Moore hit off right guard, and we're at 3:55 to go, and we're up 7.
We got just a hair over a yard there, Addison, not much.
So a big third down play here. We'd like to get it out that hole. If we don't score, at least get it out that hole before we have to boot it back to them.
Banks coming wide, way wide on the left. Scott out on the right side. Moore up on the center, got the setback. Motion left to right. And Moore's going to drop back to pass, and it's going to get knocked down.
Wow, he had it
incomplete
too,
on third down. Bring it up for it.
I'm going to tell you, I like that call. We had him breaking open. If they don't get a big hand up there, he may still be running and fixing to do the jig.
All we had to do was put a little air under that.
Little air, yep, you're right.
A little flat on the pass.
Yep, it was just too big. It was just standing right there.
And it was a touchdown.
Yes,
there was nobody there. He catches that, he is absolutely gone.
Yeah, love the play call right there, but we just don't quite execute, and we're going to give it back to these guys.
Moore standing on the 6-yard line to do the punting. No pressure on it. Gets a kind of a low wobbly one away. It's going to take a Lincoln County bounce. It's rolling to the 40, 30, and going to down at about the 36, and that's where Tryon will start. That's about where they ended up.
Yep, that's about a
4 plays ago.
43-yard punt there for Moore. Of course, we got a good roll, but that's part of it. And so we'll take, Tryon will take over 1st and 10 on about the 37 ball, trying to scratch the 38's back, but not quite 37-yard line. 3:19 to go in the first quarter. The good guys are on top, 7-0.
Tryon breaking huddle, coming out 2 wides to the right, 2 wides to the left, 1 setback in front of the quarterback in the shotgun. Lincoln in the 4-2. On the defense, quarterback rolling to his right, looking to pass, tucking it, trying to go, finds a little hole, but it closes down for a no gain. It loses a foot or 2.
Yeah, Allen ain't going to have much of that. Now, that was that same play he ran a while ago.
Yep.
He's not going to throw that football. He tucked it real quick. He does a pretty decent job selling the pass for just a second, but then he tucks it, and Allen would have nothing to do with it. Allen, one of our what we'd like to call super sophomores. It's going to be second down and about 11. A long 11, actually.
11.
Yeah, 2:45 to go in the quarter. Lincoln County on top 7-0.
Tryon's got the two set back side by side. Two wides left, one to the right. We're in the four-man front. Tryon's got the gaps, motion left to right. Long snap count. Hands to his back, going off right guard, tackle spot. Picks up a yard or two. Going to bring up third, probably 3rd and 10.
Close to 10, yeah. Oh, good. And I couldn't tell who it was, but just somebody was just flying to the football that time for us. And they do pick up a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And the Red Devils scored on a 66-yard bomb a while ago, and we're up 7-0. Looks like it'll be a pretty decent football game here, though.
It's shaping up to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, it just two good, pretty sound football teams. They are a good 4.
Lincoln in a 5-man front. Tryon, the quarterback, dropping back to pass. Getting forced out of the pocket. He's going to get sacked. He didn't get back to the line, so you call it a sack, don't you?
You know you do. He's going to lose about 2. It's going to bring up 4th and 11. Marquise had a shot at him about 4 or 5 yards deep, but just couldn't quite grab him. He was a little upset with himself. But when you do something like that, that disrupts the whole play. And about that time, a few Red Devils were in there to make the stop, and they lose 2, maybe 2.5. It's going to be 4th down and about 11. Clock running under 1:20 now. We're up 7 points. Look like we're going to get the football back.
And on that play, he was looking downfield, but on either side, he had backs coming out in the flats. And I don't know if he was looking downfield, hoping to be able to turn, but when he turned, he had people on him. A little pressure on the punter and a little bobble on the snap.
Just let it go.
He finally gets it away, and then Tryon will down it on our 27. That's about where we
we gained a few right there. We
gained
gained
that out here right now.
But I like kind of what our guys receiving are doing. They're kind of waiting to let it bounce, and if they get a good high bounce, they run up, catch it, and go with it. If not, right now you just don't need to hurt yourself with a fumble punt or anything. So we'll take over. 59 seconds in the quarter, and we're up a touchdown.
Sagas wide on the left, Scott on the right. Jones in motion left to right, going to hand off. It looks like McGahee, the setback, going up the middle. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2.
It looks like he got a pretty good little spot there. I know they drove him back a little bit after his initial lunge, so we'll give him a close to 2 and call it 2nd down and 8. The clock now running under 40 seconds, and we're up 7-0 here in the quarter. 2nd down, we're going to call it a long 8.
Long 8, short 9. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lincoln County up 7-0. Moore up in the center. McGahee the setback. Wings either side. He's going to roll around and come back around and hands off. And our backs got the first down. Who was that on the carry?
That was
right?
15. Yeah, it was Devontae. And I was totally confused.
Listen. Moore gets it, turns to his left, and spins all the way around.
I'm thinking
does a
he's fixing to
360.
run option right.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
But he spins all the way around, does a 360, and gives it to right, coming in motion from the right wing.
That's a little wrinkle I've not seen this year that I
hadn't
remember
either.
now. So we pick up a big first down for Lincoln County. We're now moving into clock's running. We may let the quarter in right here and take a 7-0 lead. We've got it 1st and 10 on 48-yard line. 43-yard line.
Yeah. First quarter just comes to a close as Class A first-round playoff between Lincoln County and Tryon. Lincoln County up 7-0 on that long 66-yard pass play from Moore to Scott on our opening drive, where we got the ball back from Tryon. That was about our second or third play, wasn't it?
Second play,
Second play.
They got us for a yard loss. And the next thing you know, we pull out of there and pass it. And really just missed another touchdown score. I mean, I agree with Dan. We need to put a little more air in it. But if he don't hit that ball, Devontae
on the
scores.
3rd and 1.
Yeah. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, Clyde's Crossing, Doug Newman, State Farm Insurance, Johnson Equipment, Lincoln and Auto Sale, Verizon Wireless and Radio Shack, Turner Realty, Commercial Insurance, Lincoln and Marine, R&W Auto Parts, Augusta Telephone Sales and Service, Cox Brothers, Rail EMC, Golf BL, H&H Industries, Spratland Hardware, American Academy of Manual Medicine, F&M Bank, a member of the FDIC, and of course, City Tire of Lincolnton. Thank you guys for making Lincoln County Football Network possible.
right, second quarter getting set to get started here with Lincoln County with the ball right straight down in front of us on the 44-yard line. Moore turns back, fakes handoff, throws out the flats intended for McGahee and just throws it behind him at his hip.
Yeah.
Leads him, he's got the ball and picks up 10 to 15 yards easy.
Very possible, yeah. Just kind of hurt it a little bit. You know, it's easy to kind of sit up here and do it, but he was on the roll and like I said, just kind of hit him at his feet with it, and it falls incomplete, and we're second down and 10. I still like the play calling though. There, we're not just being content with, you know, running the football. We're going to try to suck that thing out there and pick up some air yards tonight.
We made the play about 95% of the time up here.
We good.
We're good.
We're real good.
From up here. All right, Moore going to hand to Jones, going in motion from left to right, and he's going to struggle to pick up a yard.
Yeah,
he's just coming from that wing spot, goes in motion, comes down. Moore turns, hands it right to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe tonight if they keyed on Craig, because Craig has kind of toted the mail for us pretty good in the last few games. He gets a yard, and so far tonight, what he maybe has 3 or 4 carries and not a whole lot of yardage for Craig tonight.
I wonder if we have a read on that play, because it almost looked like Garrett was trying to pull the ball out of his belly.
I agree with you there. It was not a great exchange, was it?
Yeah. Nothing smooth about it at all.
Yeah.
Scott's wide on the right, got one on the left. Wing either side, one setback. Moore up on the center motion again. This time Moore's going to hand it back to right, going from the right side to the left side.
I love that call. That's kind of a little wrinkle we got.
We're mixing it up a lot.
Yeah, but we go be fourth down and about 4. We don't get the first down, even though he looked like he may, and we're probably here going to punt this thing and try to pin them deep. It's 10:42 to go in the half now. We're on top 7-0. It looks like we want to move it, and then we stall just a little bit.
And Moore will be standing back about the 36. Their receiver's back at the 20. A low snap, skips to him on the ground. Looks like a high wobbly kick. It's going to land at the 30 and go out of bounds right about the 30.
Where we hit that one for about 20 yards, a 20-yard punt there, and we were hoping maybe to pin them a little deeper, but yeah, kind of everything just kind of got thrown off keel there. So Tryon now will take over the ball, sitting flat on top of the 30. We're at 10:20 in the half. Your Lincoln County Red Devils have scored on a 66-yard bomb, and we're up 7-0. I tell you what, already this may be the most rushing yards we've seen against Lincoln County in the last 4 games.
Could be.
And it ain't but about 30 yards.
Yep. All right, Tryon breaking huddle, sends a wide out to. Look at the gap there, man. It is a yard gap between their linemen, a yard gap. And that's all they're doing. Hand off to the setback, goes off the left guard. And with the gap there, it's kind of like one-on-one. If the lineman can just shield and let him hit that hole, and he's going to pick up that 3 or 4.
Kind of like that. Now, you know, when we played, we'd get at least a foot or two. We'd get a little gap there, you know, and of course we almost stacked on top of one another now. But he picks up almost 4. We go give him 4 according to the scoreboard, and it's going to be 2nd and 6.
They tighten the gap up just a little bit. It's about 2.5 feet now instead of 3. Option going down the side. Quarterback is going to get
fumble the football.
It's going to be a fumble as he tries to turn it.
We got it.
We've got the ball. He hadn't been too.
I believe Jathan knocked that ball out of there. Jathan Mickens.
All right. I knew when it went down there was a lot of red jerseys standing there, and so we catch the first, I guess you could say, big break of the football game. We've intercepted and now fumble recovery done.
The pitch man, is he getting covered, or is that quarterback is he committing too quick to go on and keep it?
Yeah. No, the pitch man was covered. He was on that play.
Moore up on the center. Mars the setback. Going to hand to right. I believe it is, coming from the left to right side, and they're going to read it.
Jones.
Is it Jones? Okay.
Yeah. They're really reading on Jones. There's a timeout flag now. It's in.
What have we got?
Are we holding again? They're clapping.
Player penalty. Play is 2nd down and 10. Penalty, move it back 10 and 1st down.
Yeah, they're going to move us back here 10
yards. Yeah, that was holding. Somewhere in the middle of the line.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, I don't mean to overstate that, but he actually had him downfield and was holding him. I ain't calling him. any numbers.
All right, so 9:33 to go in the half now, and we caught a big break, but now we're going to be penalized, and the ball's going to be moved back out to the 43-yard line. We're almost touching the 44-yard line, but we are in Tryon territory. And we've had a little bit of luck throwing the football with that one big bomb, and we've had a couple of guys open. So we'll see what we get going now.
Morris is set back right on the right wing. And
Fumble.
we fumble it back, and it looked like a little. Are they shooting the gap and busting up the play, or was that just a messed up play from the
Yeah, a little bit of both. It just. I think this is a new play. Apparently, I've not seen this play out yet.
Doing a 360 trying to fake a handoff this way.
But they were ready for it. He was going to lose 4 or 5 yards anyway.
Don't forget, we only really had one good day outside.
Exactly, you're right, yeah. And to put this new wrinkle in, it's worked 2 or 3 times, but that time we lay it on the ground and we give it back to the guys in white. 9:29 to go in the half. Trion will have the football just over their own 45, but we are up 7-0.
Tryon breaking the huddle, coming out. 2 wides to the right, 1 to the left. 2 setbacks motion, right to left. Quarterback up under center. Long snap count. And he hands to his left tailback, who breaks through into our secondary. And he's going to get all the way down to about the 40, picking up a first down. That was just a quick pop right up the middle.
Close to 15 yards. Once he broke the line and got past our linebackers, past the line of scrimmage, linebackers were not there. And he rumbles for 15 yards. Their biggest play from scrimmage. And it's going to be 1st and 10. The ball touching our 40-yard line. 9:20 to go in the half. 7-0 Lincoln County. But now Tryon has crossed the midfield stripe.
Tryon breaking huddle. 2 wides right, 1 left. 2 setbacks side by side. Standing on the 45, down in a squatting position. Quarterback runs a little option. Hands to his first man. Gone off the right end. Picks up a yard, maybe 2. Let's see where they spot him. He's inside the 40. They're going to mark him, about the 38?
Yeah, give him close to 2 there, Doug. And we did a good job staying at home over on that left side. Looks like Big Keyston went over there, maybe in on the play. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 8 now for Tryon, who just got a big fumble when we thought momentum had swung back big time in our direction. We give it back up to them. And like I said, they're a really, really good number 4.
Tryon breaking the huddle again. Got the 2 wides left, 2 setbacks in the back. 1 wide to the right. Quarterback 1 step back, throws out to the left. Wide receiver is going to be incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 8 for Tryon with the ball on our 38.
Yeah, I don't think he would have got a whole lot on that, but
that run they broke, the coaches were upset because somebody missed an assignment.
That's what I was guessing. It looked like somebody really. The way it was just too open, wasn't it? It was just way too open. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Tryon. The incomplete pass stops the clock at 8:24 to go in the half, and 7-0 Red Devils.
And Tryon's going to come back out still again with 2 wides on the right. This time quarterback in the shotgun with a back on either side of him. Wide out to the left, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way from the shotgun trying to come to the left side and picks up maybe 2 yards, gets it to about the 36, going to bring up 4th and about 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, that's a little confusing. That just wasn't nothing to that, was it?
It was just a straight snap to him, and he took off. No fake pass, no fake handoff. He just got it and went. He didn't even give his back a chance to get in front of him to do a little lead blocking.
That was kind of student body left.
It just was kind of slow.
But student went, the body stayed.
Yeah, that never. I never was worried about that run right there, but he did get a few yards. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 yards to go for Tryon here.
I believe they're going for it.
And the way he's talking to them, they may try to draw us off.
Do a hard count, draw us off, and still be 4th in the yard. Yeah. They got motion right to the left, wide out on the right side.
That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
And they'll call timeout.
You can almost tell the way the quarterback was telling them, don't move. His head was just, it was almost like he was coaching them for some reason and not just to block necessarily. With that timeout, if it's all right with Brother Doug, I'll take time to read you our sponsors again. We can't never read them out enough or thank them enough for making these broadcasts our 11th of the year possible. Thank you to Clyde's Crossing Convenience Store, Doug Newman, of course, State Farm Insurance Agent, Johnson Equipment Repair and Rentals, Lincolnton Auto Sales, Verizon Wireless and Radio Shack of Lincoln, Turner Realty, Commercial Insurance Services Incorporated, Lincoln Marine, R&W Auto Parts, Augusta Telephone Sales and Service, Cox Brothers Builders, Rail EMC, Golf DL, H&H Industries, Spratlin Hardware, American Academy of Manual Medicine, F&M Bank of Lincoln, a member of the FDIC, and City Tire of Lincoln. Make sure, if at all possible, you just drop in. If you don't really need nothing, just drop in when you can and just tell these business owners how much you appreciate them. When you could not be at a game, you could flip on your internet or your TV and listen to the Red Devil football games live.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they don't let us do playoff games free. We have to pay to broadcast.
Yeah, it's dollars involved now. So they are still going to go for it now.
They're going for it, 4th and 6. 2 wides left, one in motion from the left. Quarterback fakes a inside handoff to him, drops back to pass.
Good job,
and
Steve.
Look, was that Marsh that
Stephen
got a hand
Marsh,
on it?
yeah.
Knocks it away.
Now you talking about giving away what you fixing to do. He stared him down the whole time, and Stephen did a great job just standing in the alley of the pass, in the path of the pass. How about that? And blocks it down. So Lincoln County, the fumble don't hurt us. It just loses a few yards. We'll take over. 7:24 left in the half. We'll take over on our own 36. I'd like to see a little drive put together now, Doug. We're due one.
Put another few points on the board for the half here. 7:24 to go to the half. Lincoln County is up 7-0. All you folks say we don't get a score enough. 7-0. 7-0. 7-0. Lincoln County. That's 5 times.
You so bad.
Shotgun formation. Moore pump fakes, throws again, in and out of the hands of his receiver. Threw it just a little bit too high. Intended receiver Desmond Kilpatrick. All he did was just turned around from that wide out spot and just
he kind of
threw it too high.
He kind of double pumped that. Looked like Doug, and I don't know if that threw his timing off or whatever. I don't know if he wasn't looking or something, but looked like Garrett had to double pump, and on that second one just overshot him. I know this is a big playoff game. Just kind of get your feet settled on you now and just do what you can do here. Second down and 10. The ball is on our own 36-yard line. 7:21 to go in the half. We're up 7 points.
7-0.
What is it?
Shotgun formation. Moore's got it. Throws out in the right flat. Skips it on the ground. Didn't get it to him. Incomplete pass. He's got to get accurate with these passes.
Yeah, we got to just do just a little bit better. Go ahead and get rid of it a little bit quick. If he ain't looking, go ahead and chunk it, though, because he's under a little bit of pressure right before he passed that one, but still threw it a little bit short. We're now 3rd and 10.
I'd like to see us go back to that big target, number 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So 7:17 now left in the half, and we're going to try not to bog down here, not deep in our territory, but a little piece over here. So it's 3rd and 10.
Spreading it out. 3 receivers on the left side. Shotgun formation. Fakes a handoff inside. Throws it out in the flats. Intended for number 6. Over his hands a little bit high.
Yeah, you got to settle down just a little bit and hit him, bring that thing down just a little bit. We're really high with those passes right now, and
he's either high or low. If he can just
finesse it down, just a little,
zero in just a little bit, then we'll start talking about the receivers not catching what they ought to be catching.
Yeah.
Some of these are catchable balls, but when it's high and they got to jump way up, or when it's on the shoestrings, you got to go to the passer.
So Garrett's gonna give him the ball back again.
Punting from his 23. And no pressure, gets a punt off.
Wow.
Good hang time, and it's fielded.
And he did fumble that ball. I bobbled it, but
he caught it diving down to the ground. I guess wasn't a bad thing because that kick, if it hit, it ends up rolling.
Yeah, he did. That was a smart play by him. Garrett hit about a 40-yarder right there, and is going to move them back inside their 30 to about their 28-yard line. So Garrett gets his foot into that one good and drives them back over deep into their territory. Semi-deep, I guess you could call it. Not real deep. 7:06 left in the half. 7-0 Red Devils.
But if he lunges out like he did, touches it and doesn't catch it, we pick it up and walk it to the end zone.
Yeah.
Tryon, 2 setbacks wide left. We're in a 5-man front. Quarterback running the option down the line. Keeps it himself. Is going to get brought down at the 30. We've got number 8 and Tavius in on the tackle. That's Franklin Sherman and Tavius McGahee in on the tackle.
I'm going to tell you, it's kind of when old Tavius really wants it, you ain't going to hardly stop him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like a little torpedo going in there. They pick up about 2 yards. Second down and 8. The ball sitting now on top of their own 36-40 to go in the half. 7-0 Red Devils. But remember, we scored it on a long one. We've not moved since then. Maybe one first down since then, I think.
It hadn't been
2 at the most, yeah.
Lincoln in the 5-man front. One wide out for Tryon. Quarterback looking to his right. Nothing there. Decides to keep it and is going to get sacked. First one in on that sack was number 27.
Yep. Oh, Alan Crichton, our little quick nose man. I had been playing nose man. So he's going to lose a couple right there, looks like it. He does. Yeah, back to the...
Crichton, Cunningham. Crichton got him first. Cunningham came in and put the icing on the cake.
I actually lost what they gained a minute ago. So third down and 10. Clock running now under 6 minutes in the half. And it's 7-0 Red Devils. Our defense really looking pretty good right now. As far as yardage goes, I guess we're going to be pretty close to being even with them, thanks to our long one.
Yeah.
They've had a little more offense, I think, on the ground than we have.
Comes out 2 wides to the right, quarterback up under center. Going to dump it off into left flat over here, and he's got a reception. And the man's on his feet and he's going to lunge after second, third effort. We grab him just out of the first down, and he just manhandles our 2 guys on him and gets the first down. Good second effort by the Tryon receiver.
But wow, and once again, I know we got to be careful, but it really, well, anyway, they got a break. So it's going to be first down and 10. Tryon on a little flare pass. I noticed they let big Marquise in mighty quick, and I was going, they going to try to throw something out there. So first and 10, Tryon has a first down, the ball on their 39. We're at 5:23 to go, 7-0 Red Devils.
Tryon 2 wide outs on the short side, 1 in motion going from left to right. Now they got 2 on the right side. Quarterback hands to a setback going straight off that left guard tackle spot, picks up about 7 yards. Just a quick dive play off the guard tackle spot there.
They're going to move it from the 39 up to about the 46. Yes, so they go give him close to 8. We'll call it 7. Second down, short 3 actually, 4:55 to go in the half, and we're up 7-0. But the guys in white with that big T on their helmets trying to put together a drive.
Tryon puts 2 wides to the right. They got those wide gaps again still. Motion right to left. Now they got overloaded on the right side. Quarterback, he pitches on the option this time, and we're going to stop him with a no gainer. Somebody put a head down and...
Yeah, we have 3 guys. We got Kilpatrick, we got Scott, and we got Cunningham all converged on a great job reading the option, and I don't think they move an inch. And let's go bring up
that's the first time he's pitched it, isn't it?
It is. It sure is. And boy, we really closed. We closed on that pitch guy really quick. So it's going to be third down and about 3 now. They may have moved it back just a little bit. Great job that time by the defense.
Tryon's got the wide to the right side, 2 setbacks, quarterback in the center. Lincoln in the 5-man front, going to hand to the setback. Going off to the left side, and he's going to have the first. Nothing but just running right off his guard tackle spot.
Yep, they pick up 9, almost 10 yards on that number 2. They hit, is that 20? I thought that was a 2 or 20, or whoever the up guy is. I think we're really getting suckered in with that option, and man, when they need a big play, they hitting it up right up the gut on us. 4:20 to go. 4:20 to go in the half, and they're moving the ball now on our 45.
Still got those wide gaps between the linemen. Going to hand to the back setback. He's trying to go out the right side, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards. Going from the 45 down to the 41. Going to bring up 2nd and 6 for Tryon.
Yeah, once again, it looks like Tryon has really trying to look like they're getting their feet under them again and really starting to move us off the ball just a little bit. So second down and 6 for Tryon. They're down 7 points.
Tryon breaking the huddle, sending a wide to the right side, going way wide, all the way over to our bench almost. Got the 2 setbacks side by side. Quarterback turns, hands to the setback, trying to go off that guard tackle left side again. Spins around, picks up about 2. He gets over the 40 down to about the 39, bring up 3rd and we're going to call it 3rd and 4 for Tryon.
Yeah. Good job actually that time by Keldrick. He made the first contact. Marquise kind of cleaned it up. And at least he didn't sprint for 10 or 15 that time. He just picked up a couple. 3rd down and 4. The clock fixing to hit the 3-minute mark to go in the half. We're up 7 points. Need to put a big stop here because you about 4 down territory for them.
Oh,
now.
yes. 2 setbacks, 1 wide for Tryon. We got what are we running? A 6-man front, looking for that run. Quarterback running the option, turns it down. It's going to be close to the first. Rusty Scott on the stop.
Yeah, and he didn't like the.
They're marking him short.
But where they're at, you know they're going to go for it on 4th.
Yep. It's only about 3 or 4 inches short.
Yeah, you're right. So it's 4th and just an inch or 2. The clock trying to hit 2:30 on us now, and we're up 7. But Tryon's really trying to move it. We did that time. We stacked the line, and if Rusty don't get him,
he's gone.
It could be a tie football game, or they fixing to try to tie us up.
We did switch it up that time. Went with a 6-man front, trying to close it.
We did, yeah. And you got to. Hey, you got to, 4th and an inch.
You got to figure they're going to go up the middle again. They're going to hand it to that back, going off the left side, and he's got the first.
Yeah, they did just a good job of blocking. And of course, we hit it pretty good too, but they're going to pick up that. They're actually probably going to get close to a yard. The ball trying to touch the 34-yard line, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 from there. They're trying to put together a late drive here in the half to knock this thing up. This is the best drive we've seen all night, both teams.
Tryon's going to hand to his setback, following his lead fullback block off the right side, picks up 2 or 3 yards, gets it almost to the 30. We'll say to 31. Minute 47 to go to the half.
I'm just about guessing they got to start throwing it here in just a minute. I mean, unless they break a long one, which
they do have 2 timeouts, but the clock could be against them right here if they keep running. And they're taking too much time in between plays.
Yeah.
Got 2 wides to the right side, 1 on the left, 2 setbacks, quarterback in the center. We got those gaps stacked up with 6 men in there. Motion right to left. Quarterback long snap count, running the option, coming down the line, tucks it, keeps himself. He's in our secondary. He's all the way to the 20 before we bring him down, and that was Mickens on the stop. If he don't grab him and
just kind of
shoestring tackle him, he's gone.
We got 2 guys on the ground, Douglas. We got McGahee and Sherman are slow getting up.
What? Did anybody see what happened there with them?
I just think everybody was crashing the line, and we just kind of got dinged. I don't know if they're going to make us come out or timeout Trion.
If they call an injury timeout, one or both of them would have to at least have to go off.
Yeah, Tavius is really. I personally, I think he's really hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, to be honest, if young Trey Brown, not that Tavius is doing a horrible job, but maybe if Trey could come in and with Tavius hurt, and
Timeout on the field, so I'm guessing somebody called timeout.
They did. Yeah.
All right, so they should be down to 1 timeout now, right?
Right. That should knock them down to 1, but from here they ain't but so at 18 yards out from tying this thing up. They've really put together a nice looking drive here. Made a couple of big plays when they needed them, and kind of punching us in the mouth right now.
And they're going to have to call 2 or 3 plays in the huddle, or they're going to have to get up and call a play. Because that last play, they spent too long in the huddle to be coming down like this. Their coaches are up here in our press box.
They're doing a job coaching it, man. I'm telling you.
He spotted something that they did they had somebody rolling out and nobody went with him. And he's saying, go back there again because he didn't get picked up. All right, Tryon coming 2 wide to the right, 1 to the short left side, 2 setbacks, quarterback looking over our defense. We got the 5-man front. They got motion right to left, coming to the short side. Quarterback running the option down the left side, and he turns it again, and he's going to pick up some good positive yard, get down to about the 11. Clock still going.
I tell you, he's really working hard over here on our right side. Their left side seems like that's where he's picking up his yards, and he's really hitting that left side quick, Doug, and they're back to the line.
They're lined up, ready to go, which is what they had to do. 2 wides to the right side, motion right to left. Coming down the side, their back moved early, but we didn't get flagged. He didn't get flagged. Quarterback breaks a tackle, gets down inside the 10, almost to the 5, picks up a 1st down. Clock stops on the 1st down until they get the chain set. But they're going on getting lined up and ready to go. So as soon as they spot the ball and say it's ready.
Time, I don't think it's going to be the problem. They're
No.
first and goal on our 5.
Wide to either side, 2 setbacks. Quarterback up under center. They've tightened up those gaps now. They're almost toe-to-toe now.
He spiked it. For last thought he done fumbled that thing. Doug, I don't know. Let's see. We're in our
When did you spike it? The clock stopped.
Yeah, but it starts back.
I know.
Yeah.
But go on and call the play.
Yeah. We I don't know if I've seen anybody move it this good, maybe since Abbeville game.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, just driving it right down our throats.
38 seconds to the half. Tryon with the ball. 2nd and goal with the ball just shy of the 5-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, motion right to left, coming down the left side. Quarterback tosses to the left side, and we're going to stuff him right there at the 5. He's down inbounds. Clock's running.
You know, I hope they'll keep the ball out of the quarterback's hands.
I do too.
Toss it out there again.
Yeah.
He's their main weapon, I can tell you that.
Tryon calls their 3rd and final timeout.
It looks like he lost a yard maybe or 2
I
back
think
there.
he may have.
Yeah.
I thought it was close on whether he was out of bounds where he came down. It was pretty close, but
So we're
we'll
going
take it.
Now, this isn't the ball game here, but they can knock this thing up. And I'm going to tell you, we've told this will be my 3rd or 4th time. They're a heck of a number 4 seed.
Yes.
From what I'm seeing, it looks like they're well coached. They're well disciplined. They're staying at home. And of course, in just a few minutes, we got Dan Fernandez doing our stats, and I imagine
they probably got us beat in stats.
Stats go definitely nod toward the guys with the white with the big T on their helmet.
And if you back out that 60-yard touchdown pass of ours, we probably ain't got 20 yards of offense.
So we're going to hopefully try to make some adjustments, just as they'll try to make some adjustments. And I'd have to say a well-played first half. Now, I ain't seen we had that one personal foul on them with face masking, but you don't hear a lot of mouthing. I mean, not that we can hear it anyway, but you can kind of tell just 2 pretty decent football teams going at one another here tonight.
And one thing they're doing, and you're sitting there not knowing a lot about football, the way their line is mixing up those stances where they got, sometimes they are yards, sometimes they 2.5 feet, sometimes they're toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
And they're running some of the same plays off of those different gaps. So it's not an easy read.
You're right.
They got one wide to the right side. Quarterback, 2-step drop back, throws in the end zone, incomplete, stopping the clock with 23 seconds. Fired a bullet in between 2 defenders. I don't believe Bob Hayes could have called that one.
Doug, this is where that spike in the ball hurts them, because they have
exactly
another
right.
down.
Exactly.
Right.
And they got plenty of time, but this is 4th down.
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal.
Instead of spiking that, I would have said air one into the end zone real quick, see the incomplete or whatever. You still got the same effect. You use 4 seconds. Now they got 23 seconds left and not enough downs.
I think Lincoln County's going to call time. This is and I'm going to tell you, this is a small victory for us. In a way, even if it connects it, because I'm going to tell you,
they come away with 3.
They moving the slop out that thing and to have it 1st and goal on our 4 and make them have to stick that thing up in there. That's a,
Are we calling cut timeout because we didn't have the extra point defensive unit in, or because we want to make sure that they don't do a fake?
I think you want to make sure that he does try to stick it up in there.
Make sure he kicks it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that.
And don't run into him.
Exactly.
And give him a 1st down.
We are also sending one more lineman out there and pulling Frank off. We're sending out big number 72.
Dan, if there's any way, I noticed Frank, I don't know who you could ask, but he looks a little dinged up out there, the way he's slow getting up a few times. If we can get us a report on him.
Okay.
I mean, if you can, that'd be great. I know he's still out there now, or has been out there.
This will be about a 23-yard attempt. The ball will be placed down on the 13-yard line on the left hash mark. Kick is up.
He missed it, but a flag is down.
There's a flag, and I think it may be against them. If not, they'll get half the distance to the goal.
Surely we wasn't offside. No flag. So, wow, that was big. Or was that not? He's asking for a ref to come here. Their head coach is. Why is there no flag? I think he's wondering. And from where
that is a good question. Why is there no flag?
Yeah.
Either they were offsides or they wasn't.
Yeah.
On either side of the ball.
Yeah, somebody wasn't doing something right there, Coach.
I was asking Frank about that play. They were both down, and actually he and Tavis collided, and he's okay. He said his head snapped back a little bit, but he's all right.
I appreciate that, Dan. I just saw him, slow getting up, and it's kind of hadn't been full speed. So I would expect we'll take a knee right here and get into this thing. Yeah.
The missed field goal, we get to bring the ball out to the 20. Moore's going to take it, drop back on the knee, and we're going to be content to go to the half with a 7-0 lead. We got 10 seconds to go to the half. And we did win the coin toss at the beginning of the game. We elected to defer to the second half, which means we will be receiving the ball. Tryon will be kicking from the right hash mark. He's going to do a one-step up, man. Kicks it all the way down to about the 25, and we're going to run it. Most kickers take about a 6-7 running step. This guy took, one step and boom kicked it from the 40 across the field all the way over to about the 25.
I think what they try to do is keep it away from your major return guys, which we know that Devontae's a major guy, but he sprints out to the 40. We'll take over there. We just kicked off the second half. The good guys are still on top by the skin of our teeth, 7-0.
All right, we do have Franklin Sherman, number 8 and at quarterback. And we're doing a double reverse, flea flicker type thing, and there's Daniel with the ball, but unfortunately they don't bite on it. Toss it to the left, man on the left, he runs to the right, tosses it back over to Daniel trying to get back around this way, and we lose yards off of it.
Yeah, we tried to take a little bit of advantage of our speed right there, but Tryon would have nothing of it. We're going to lose probably 8 yards. Back to the 32-yard line. Going to be second down, 18 now for Lincoln County. And just remember, we did not move the ball but for, 33 yards, I believe it was, in the first half on the ground. And now that's 8 more off of that, so we're down in the 20s. I'd have never thought maybe.
Oh, you're talking yards. I thought you were talking temperature. Well, Sherman up in the center, one setback, wing, man in motion, going to hand to McGahee, trying to go in up the middle. He gets a little yard. He gets it out past 35 to 36, but we're not back up to that original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. It's going to bring up third, and we're going to say 14.
Yeah, Tavius running good and hard right there, but gets us, what'd you say, about 4 or 5 of them back, but we got a long way to go. And I'm going to tell you what, I think that was a great call that we made, and we just didn't execute it. I like it coming out, the way they pursuing us and all that. Yeah, I mean, just didn't work.
Nope. Going with a 2 set back. Sherman dropping back, looking to pass. Going to throw one down. He's got Scott wide open, throws it under him.
He's got it.
He's got it. Another reception, deep reception down about the 26. He had to sit there and wait on it to come down to him. 2 defenders were able to come back to him, but he still comes up with it.
He's 38 yards.
He has been our offense tonight.
Yes. The 2, Garrett and now Franklin has hit the rest for long ones, and I heard their coach holler as we were kind of wide. He said he's wide open, and he was 4 or 5 yards behind him and just had to wait on it a minute, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We moved the ball 40, almost 40 yards. Yeah.
All right, we got 2 wides either side, no setback, wings either side, wide on the right. Jones in motion, left to right, we hand it to him. He gets around the corner and upended after picking up a first inside the 15.
A great job. And Dan may could have seen who seal blocked that thing. It was a great seal block over on our right side that sprung him for about 11 to 12 more yards, and we're going to be 1st and 10 on their 13 with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're trying to put some more on the board.
So 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Lincoln County still up 7-0 in this playoff game. Wings either side, 2 wides left, motion right to left, handing to the motion man again. It's right, turns the quarter inside got inside the 10. They pushed him back to the 10, but they're going to mark him in progress at the 9.
Yeah, we're going to gain about 4 yards right there and bring up second down and 6. We're now inside their 10-yard line. 9:30 to go in the third quarter. This would be big. A touchdown right here would really give us a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of, maybe you can call it mistake room, whatever you want to call it. The clock's running. We're trying to put together a 60-yard drive, and we're now inside their 10.
I call it just old-fashioned breathing room.
Exactly right, man. Call it whatever you want.
McGahee and Scott going wide to the left. Banks wide on the left side. The other 2 on the right side. Got motion right to left. Handed to the motion man. Is that Daniel?
Daniel.
Gets it inside the 5.
I like what we're doing here, Doug. We're spreading them out, and it's making them spread out, but we're going with our same offense, but we're getting a lot more room. 1st and goal, Lincoln County. So that's our 3rd first down on this drive. Remember, we had won the whole first half. Ursel showing us a little speed and lowered his head there and tried to get a couple extra yards, and we are 1st and goal to go. Where you at, Doug, on their 2?
That's about what it, looks like about the 2.
It'd be the 2 1/3.
2 1/3. All right. This is the opening drive of the second half, and we have taken it downfield. The big play was the 40-yard pass to Scott. Scott going wide to the right. Morris Sagas wide on the left side, wings on either side. And it's going to be a Sherman keeper going up the middle. He's going to get about 1.5 yards.
I'd run that 3 times, Doug.
So to bring up 2nd and a half yard, I'm thinking.
We're going to be on. It's going to be a little over 1 yard left.
Okay.
About 2 yards. 2nd.
Yeah, I like that, though. I mean, just let's just see if we can do it in right there. I don't want no pitch or nothing wide right here to knock us, back. Any kind of score right here now for us is going to really be good. Folks, we're under 8 minutes. We've kept the ball already 4 minutes this half, and we're trying to score to put a little breathing room in there.
Turn handed to Mars coming from his back. Just let him go up and over and in. But they're going to hand it to Jones.
And we'll take him.
Slicing through the right guard tackle spot.
Great job between right guard and right tackle that time. It sprung and really almost went in untouched. I like what you said today. He just he slid through that gap.
Went in sideways.
So good running by the little sophomore. Jones scores a big touchdown for Lincoln County, which, like you said, Doug, really big play on 3rd and 15. Almost a 40-yard pass to Scott again. Great Scott.
Extra point. Snaps there, kicks there. Kick is good. Lincoln County is up 14-0. Open a drive of the 3rd quarter. We just march it all the way down the field. Set up with that 40-yard.
Yeah, like I said, that's
it was 3rd down.
It was 3rd and 15.
Third and long. Yeah. And we just aired out. Scott got wide open. And he was able to come back to it. He almost had to run over the defenders to come back to get to it.
Yeah, of course, I was kind of watching, Franklin there, and he had a little pocket, and he kind of had to break out of the pocket a little bit, and instead of you remember last week, he was really long on a lot of passes, and I'm thinking maybe take that. He saw him so open that he just wanted to make sure he got the ball to him, and he had to move up just a little bit in the pocket, and he threw, through the connection, and from there Mo jumped on our back for 7 points. So they've not yet give it to us. There it goes.
There we go.
So big Marquise going to tee it up again. So that gives us a little breathing room and a couple of more drives like that, and we'll be moving on. But remember, those guys have moved it on us on the ground for 98 yards in the first half. And like you said, his adjustment, I know it was Dan said adjustment time probably now. We're going to.
And let's see what our defense does.
Exactly. I'd like to see.
We used almost half of the 3rd quarter on that drive.
Yeah, that was a great drive.
Park's kick is going to be deep. It's going to be fielded at the 14 on the right side by Tryon. He's got a little lane. He's up to the 30 to 35.
We had a lot of bodies on the ground
almost
that time.
To the 40, down at the 44.
That was a great return. From our 15, his 15 to the 44. That's a long ways. That's about 28-yard return there, isn't it?
They've had pretty decent return yardage.
If they do another one like that, I think I'd be tempted just to kick the next one out of bounds.
Kick it out of bounds, let them start at the 35.
Exactly right, Dan. I mean, I looked, and where he was coming to, I saw 3 or 4 red jerseys on the ground, and they did a good job. Good job setting up the return. It's like we're in the same defense.
Yep, we're in the 5-2. Tryon's going to run the option. Quarterback keeps it, sliding off that tackle guard spot on the left side. Picks up about 5 yards.
I tell you, he's gritty now. He's just a good football player. 4 is, I know he had that one fumble, but he's good. He's reading that thing, man.
Three-fourths of these option plays, he's keeping
and doing a heck of a job. I'd say he's probably got 60, maybe 50 to 60 of their over 100 yards now.
Yep.
So we're down to 7-10 to go into 3rd. Lincoln County now on top 14 to nothing. It's going to be 2nd down. And it's a long 4 for the Bulldogs.
Tryon puts a wide out on the right side, 2 setback. Those guys squatting down back there. I don't like that kind of stance, but that's all right. Running the option. Quarterback keeps again. Turns it up between the tackle guard spot.
Kind
And
of like
it's going to be close to the first.
Yeah, we had just 2 or 3 guys kind of dove at him, just kind of missed him. And is that Marquise? Looks like he's slow, and he's not up. Looks like Biles may come in to take his place. We just don't need him to be out for no amount of time. I don't know if they're going to measure. They're looking at it mighty close here, whether he got the first down. And that looks like they're going to bring on the chains. It's that close. With 6:39 to go in the third quarter.
They can bring it out if they want to, but it's a first down.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
Dan, you know what? You're better than that line we got on TV.
I know it.
We don't need no line here, man.
Isn't it amazing how fast they can paint that yellow line on there and get it off?
It is.
Man,
It is crazy.
Just like,
Look at Dan.
It's gone.
Look at Dan.
Y'all want accurate now. I'll give you accurate.
Man, the line. So, first down.
first down, Tryon, 6:39 into the third quarter. Lincoln County up 14-0. And Parks does go off. What did it? Step on his foot or something, maybe?
I don't know. Let's see if we can get Dan to check. He's standing up with his helmet on, so he's holding something down there over there. It looks like his hand or something. So Dan will check for us.
Tryon wide out on the left, man in motion right to left. Quarterback's going to keep again. This time McGahee comes in before he can turn, and he's going to throw him for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, when Tavius kind of gets a little fire in his breeches, he's hard to contain. I'm going to tell you that. And
Marquise coming back out. He said they cut blocking on that last one.
Okay. Appreciate that info, Dan. So they're going to lose close to 2. We'll call it a 2-yard loss. Going to knock it back out to our 49-yard line. We're under 6 minutes now. And Lincoln County is on top 14-0. That was a big drive, right? First drive of the second half. And now they're trying to move.
Tryon wides to either side. 2 setbacks. Quarterback 3-step drop back pass and out in the right flats. Got a reception. At the 43, picks up about 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 7 because they'd lost yards on the previous play.
Yeah, number 9 for Tryon just coming down to I guess that's about a little 4 or 5 yard curl. And ball was just a little bit low, and so he went down to his knees and made the play, and they pick up, after they lost the 2, they pick up about 6 on that. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. The ball on our 43-yard line, and we're up 14 points. Clock trying to run down to 5 minutes here in the third quarter.
Tryon's putting 2 receivers out on the right side, which is a short side. Quarterback 3-step drop back, throws out in the right flat again. Got a reception. Right at the down marker, and I believe it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's number 18 for them. Ursell hit him quick, but we give him a little bit too much cushion right there, and first down. So Tryon trying to come out throwing the ball. We knocked them back for a 2-yard loss, and now Tucker for them coming out throwing the football. How do I know he's Tucker? It's on the back of his jersey. We appreciate that. And so they're on our 36, and it's a 1st and 10 for Tryon.
Tryon's got the 2 receivers on the left side, 2 setbacks. We're in the 5-man front. They got those wide gaps again. Quarterback's going to do his option, goes past the tackle spots, cuts back, and is going to pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, I like what Keldrick done right there. Keldrick Cunningham, number 57, excuse my speech impediment, stayed low and drove through his man and made him Tucker cut up before he wanted to there, and they only pick up just a yard and a half right there. It's going to be 2nd down. We're going to call it 4:30 to go in the third. We're up 14 points.
He's going 1 setback. Got 3 receivers on the right side stacked up over here on the short side. He's going to fake to a man, flick. They're going a little bit of old flea flicker, going to double reverse and going to pass it away. It's going to be incomplete. Man coming from the right, he hands it to him, goes back, tosses it to the man coming from the left, who rolls back out to pass it.
Great job by Ursell just staying at home and let it go through his hands for an interception. I know he wished to goodness he could have that one back. Trying to come with a little razzle-dazzle on us. We tried it on them, and now they're going to be
Well, he must have
third down
seen that on film.
Yeah, because
Keaston was in his pocket back there when the guy tried to throw the ball, and Ursell, like you said, he stayed at home and covered the man up.
You know, to be honest with you, sometimes it's just too easy. I mean, really, you just sit there and wait so long for it. But we're going to see if we can hold them here on 3rd down and 8 on our 34.
They're in the shotgun, 2 setbacks in front of the quarterback. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper the whole way, going up right guard. Picks up about 3 or 4.
Oh, I don't know if I like that spot necessarily. I thought he landed on the 30.
No, that's about right.
That's okay, thank you.
When Marquise kind of threw him forward a little bit, but it's 4th and a good 2.
4th and 2. They're in 4-down territory, down inside the 30 on the 29.
I'll tell you, that Tucker's one tough cat. 3:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, 14-0. Big 4th down for Tryon.
And their fans are standing up, so we got to stand up. Back in the shotgun, 2 setbacks with the quarterback. Quarterback keeper again. Nothing up the middle, and he tries to take it to the outside. And I believe he's going to have the first.
Yeah, he's going to touch our 25, and he didn't need to get, but
needed 2 and got 2 in the foot.
So first down. He did a great job. I think that was meant to go up the middle, and he bounced it outside.
Bounced it out. We stacked it up in the middle, and he had to bounce to the outside.
He's trying to be like a baby Tim Tebow. I mean, they snaps it to it, and he just takes that baby and runs with it. We're at 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, and we're up 14 points, but Tryon is moving the football on our 25-yard line.
Quarterback Tryon up under center. 2 wides to the left. Quarterback fakes the man. Pitches. Come to the right side, and we're going to read it. And he breaks a tackle. We had him for a loss. He breaks the tackle. It gets inside the 25.
Great job reading it. Just kind of, he wanted it just a little bit more than we did. And he picks up, 4 yards?
You know, we had a hold of him by the shoulder pads instead of by the hips.
Right.
Yeah. So they pick up about 4 they're on our 21-yard line now, and the clock. Look, we've had the ball, and they had the ball. We're almost 2 minutes in the 3rd.
We went up against him face to face instead of shoulder pads to gut.
Yeah, right.
Tryon, 2 receivers out on the left side. Quarterback running the option down the left, and he tries to cut back, and Marquise grabs him and says, "Not on my side, not on my watch."
Yep, go get about a yard to our 20. It's going to bring up 3rd. Oh, was that? That wasn't 3rd down, was it?
This is 3rd down now. They're going to mark it on the 20. Kelder Cunningham's in on that tackle, too.
That ref does a good job flipping that thing. By the time I looked down there, he didn't already
flip.
Yeah.
They pick up about a foot or 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 with the ball. The nose of the ball just barely tackled. Well, it is touching the 20.
Yeah, under 2 minutes now to go, and we're up 2 touchdowns.
Quarterback turns hands to his tailback, coming off the right side. He lunges forward, tries to pick up some extra yards. Going to pick up a couple of them. Going to bring up 4th and probably a yard, maybe.
Going to be a little farther than that, I think. He's got to get to our 15.
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 on that spot. Maybe a yard and a half, but it's right at 2.
I got terrible depth perception, I guess.
No, they have, yeah, 4th and 3. I'm looking at the board. I kind of go by it a little bit. I like they do a pretty good job there. Folks, we're down to 1 minute and 10 to go in this 3rd quarter, and each team has had the ball one time, and there's a stop and play timeout. Tryon. They want to talk about another 4th down play, and with that, we're going to give you some of our sponsors, or hopefully all of our sponsors, thanks to Clyde Crossing Convenience Store, Doug Newman State Farm Insurance Agent, Johnson Equipment Repair and Rentals, Lincoln Auto Sales, Verizon Wireless and Radio Shack of Lincoln, Turner Realty, Commercial Insurance Services, Lincoln Marine, R&W Auto Parts, Augusta Telephone Sales and Service, Cox Brothers Builders, Rail EMC, Golf DL, H&H Industries, Spratland Hardware, American Academy of Manual Medicine, F&M Bank of Lincoln, a member of the FDIC, and City Tire of Lincoln. And we have not forgot tonight, we had some refreshments tonight.
Oh, that's right.
From Pete down at Grill DL. So we appreciate, man, he brought, so we had chicken wings, we had chicken wings, chips, fries,
chicken strips.
Chicken strips, man, I'm telling you. So go see Pete. If you're not playing golf, you can still go down tomorrow for lunch, or you can go down Sunday. Does a great job for a little Sunday lunch after church. Make sure it is after church before you go. And go down there and tell Pete thanks for
tell him we sent you. Tell him we sent you.
Yeah, feed our big old bellies.
And he'll charge you 10% extra.
So it's 4th down here for Tryon again. with 1:14 to go in the third quarter. I say Tebow Tucker.
You can bet on it.
And the shotgun off right side. Oh, excuse me, I'm already wrong. He's going under
He's going
center.
to run the option down the left side. No, he's going to hand off to his back, coming around the right side, and we're going to stack him up.
No, sir.
And then we stuff him. We're going to hold him.
Wow, you know, and once again, I'm sitting up here in the booth. I'm not a coach, but I'll be dog if I don't run 4.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying
running
that.
the option to the left side, the wide side. They run to the short side. Plays that hadn't really been.
I hadn't done a whole
Go
lot.
with what's got you there.
Yeah, Tucker's really played a heck of a football game for them. So we shut them down. But we'll take over deep in our territory now, and Sherman's still in at quarterback. We're going to take over on our 18, 1:09 to go in the third quarter, and we're up 14 points. And, you know, and what is so nice about that stop, even if we have a boo-boo here, we're still 2 touchdowns ahead, you know.
2 touchdowns ahead.
Yeah.
We just need to put together a ball control, time-consuming drive. And it's going to be a Sherman keeper coming around the right side. Don't know if that was by design or somebody just failed to come get the ball from him.
It looked like he turned mighty quick, Doug, so I don't know if that was just designed, maybe to try to do a little quarterback keeper or something like that. We pick up about 1.5 yards. The ball not quite, I don't believe, touching the 20, and we're going to be 2nd down and 9 with the clock now running under a minute to go in the third quarter. And this is what a third quarter. They had the ball. We had the ball one time. They've had it one time. And it looks like we're going to end the quarter.
Now we've got it the second time.
With a possession and 2 plays. Unless
we'll
we throw it
play,
incomplete.
this should be the last play of the third quarter. Got a wide out on the right side. I formation is what we're running. It's going to be the toss sweep to Jones going around that right side. He's got a little running room, picking up some good yards.
Really great call.
Close to over the 25, near the 30.
We had a good lead block out here by Tavis McGahee. He opened up a hole out here for Jones to run through.
You're right, Dan, and that's not a play we've run all night. Is that maybe our first play out of the I
think
thinking
it is
that.
tonight.
And man, little old Jones showing a little speed going up on that right side. And like Dan said, a great job by Tavius leading the way. And I think we're going to let the clock run out.
Stop
the
to move
quarter.
the chains on the first down, so we should just stay in the huddles.
Yeah, we're going over to
and
the
take it to the fourth
now.
quarter here.
Well, folks, we're 3/4 of the way home on our first playoff game, and just kind of talking about our guys, and this is not one of your more potent Red Devil offenses, but we're young. When AG went down, I kind of talked with Coach Blizzard a little bit, and he just said, Addison, I hope the fans understand. I hope people understand. We're playing with a lot of youth. Back then, I say a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience. Because until this year, I didn't know that Devontae ever ran much. I mean, I know he's a senior, but he didn't carry the ball a whole lot. We had the Green Boys, remember, last couple of years that would help AG out a little bit.
You figure in the backfield, McGahee is the senior, and just about everybody else in the backfield.
McGahee's more the blocker and your fullback, So I'm not discouraged about our struggles this year, and they've been struggles. You just played with a lot of inexperienced players at some pretty key positions. This is the first year, that Garrett and Franklin have played quarterback, and you've seen it at times, first playoff game. It's win or go home. I'm gonna tell you, it's some butterflies in there, and that's okay. That's natural. But then again, you got a squad. Not that definitely I'm ready to go home, but next year you're going to look at I'm thinking a pretty good football team here with the red and white. Although this season's not over, you in the playoffs, you got as good a shot as anybody. We're back in the eye.
Back in there.
I kind of like it.
And it's going to be the toss sweep to the left side. Jones again, he gets hit in the backfield, spins around, and I think he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's going to pick up a couple, I think. Great job spinning, but right when he made a spin, kind of like Noshawn used to do in Georgia, and by that time, I think one of their linebackers stood him up.
That's where it made a difference not having Tavius out there. Coach was just hollering that the lead blocker went after the wrong man that time.
Yeah, there you go. And once again, that experience factor, because we know that was a young man in there that time, and so we're now running inside. We're in the fourth quarter, under 11:30 to go. We're on top 14-0, and what a big drive this would be if we can put some points on the board.
All right, you got Morris and Scott wide on the right side. We're in that wing formation, right to left motion. And flags going as the ball gets snapped. There was going to be a handoff to right, but the whistles blow. We're offsides, little motion. Move it back 5, make it 2nd and 13.
Yep, we was going to try to, moving Devontae in motion, try to go off our left tackle and see what Devontae could give us. And it looked like we may have had a little bit of running room there. I don't know. But they're going to back us up 5 yards. So far, knock on wood, if some's here, been a pretty penalty-free game on both sides. There's been a couple. You're going to have a couple, but I think that's a little something we have improved on is the flag situation. And you know what, Doug? Most of the flags come from, to be honest with you, our mouths this year. A lot of them didn't. I mean, some of our big ones.
Got the motion right to left, going to hand off to the setback, going up the middle. This Morris, he's breaking loose, breaking tackles, gets all the way up to midfield. He got hit twice, 2 different places, spins around, runs over people, and picks up, about 20? 18 yards?
Yeah. Wow, big run by Morris. That was, and once again, tip your hat to our offensive play calling right there. We've been outside, so you know they had to be fudging on us a little bit. And so the next thing you know, we bust Big Moose Morris up for about 18 yards of the ball, not quite touching the 50, but we're 1st and 10. And right now, that's big for the clock to run.
McGahee, Scott, wide on the right side in that wing. No setbacks, motion right to left to right, handed off to Jones, spins around. He's crossed the 50 and the 51. Actually, that's the 49.
You into that Canadian football? I think they have a 50. I think they do have a 55-yard line, I think. You've been up north.
I just like to do that and mess with people's mind. Yeah. There's not a 51-yard line.
Jones picks up a couple there on that carry. You know, I hope, I'd really like to see over the next couple of years, Craig put on a little weight and all that, because he looks like a good running back.
But there is a 51-yard line, but it's in Canadian football.
Yeah, that's
but out here, there's not.
Right.
If it's on the 1-yard line, is that the 99-yard line?
99, whatever you want.
Sherman up under the center, got motion right to left, going to hand to McGahee again, going up the middle.
Fumble.
Who gets it?
They got it.
9:46 to go in the ball game. Tryon comes up with the ball.
Boy, that's big. I really think we were headed putting this thing on ice, and we're going to give them a little more life. Remember, we just stopped them on 4th down. We have a costly turnover right there. We're really, we're looking at least another couple of minutes off the clock right now. It is your ally. But like we said earlier, though, Doug, the touchdown early, helps you a little bit right there. So
with things like that, you get a little anxious about it, but not terribly nervous.
Right.
Tryon got the wide on the left. Quarterback's going to run the keeper option to the right side, and he just goes east-west a whole lot. And I don't think he made north-south, but about a foot or two.
Yeah.
If that.
I tell you, he is one of the better running quarterbacks we faced. Now, we faced some with a little more speed, but this young man's got a little bit of knowledge to go along with a little bit of a toughness, and he's not blazing fast, but he's pretty quick. He picks up maybe yard and a half right there. The scoreboard says it's 2nd and 8, so that's what we'll call it, 2nd and 8. The clock down to 9:10 to go in this first round of the Georgia High School playoffs, and we're up 2 touchdowns, but we just fumbled it.
And being up 2 touchdowns, they need to be doing something to get points in a hurry.
Yeah.
Then shotgun, 2 setbacks, got 1 man in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper following all the motion and all the blockers, and he's going to get it to almost a 50, picking up about 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd. We're going to call it 3rd and 5.5.
Good job that time. It looked like Marquise maybe not necessarily made the tackle, but stayed low and kind of took his feet out from under him just a little bit, or at least slowed it down.
You're right, Addison. He stayed at home. He made him, and he literally reached out with his hand and got a little piece of the tackle. But he did a great job there blowing that up a little bit.
Hey, football, and we all know what it is. It's a game of leverage, and the lower you can stay, the better leverage you got. So 3rd down, and we're going to call it 6 for Tryon.
We got a 4-man front. Quarterback for Tryon dropping back to pass.
Good
and
job.
It's going to get knocked down by number 9.
Trey Brown, one of our young linebackers. Trey, a sophomore. That's what I'm saying. We have played so many young guys. And, you're saying young. I thought, a sophomore in high school is pretty doggone young. But to do such a good job that he's done, Trey stepped in this year and filled in for Tavius really, really good when he's had to. So it looks like Tryon's going to give us the ball back with 8:15, so perhaps the fumble won't do nothing but lose us some yards.
Their opponent standing on the 40. We got our receivers back inside the 20, close to the 15. High snap, he gets it off, and it's going to land on the 21, bounce back to the 15, and that's where we'll start with 8:07.
1917.
1917.
Wow. Athens Academy.
Athens Academy.
Now, what is Athens? They 2 or 3? Look on your cute little old chart you got. I don't know which they were.
Right, that score, 1917. Athens Academy.
That's a good
The Eagles Landing was supposed to be the higher.
The Eagles Landing is the number 2 team.
So, wow. So, Athens, they used to be in our region, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, and definitely nothing against those fine people down in Wilkinson, but I'd sure a lot rather travel to Athens and
Athens
Wilkinson.
and Athens Christian. And
Yeah, man, yeah. That's
an
just
hour
too
away versus
far.
two
Yes.
plus hours. And Sherman hands off. Who gets the ball? It's
Morris,
gonna be
they
Morris, and they
waiting
stack him
on
up
him
right
this
there at
time,
the
yeah.
line. Maybe gets an inch.
Yeah. They go pushing forward for, if the scoreboard's right, we're going to move it to the 16 for a yard, but now the clock.
And just
Clock
let it keep running.
Yeah,
Keep
the
running.
clock now begins to really get big time in our favor. And I tell you what, I want to compliment the Tryon fans for coming 225 miles.
That's a long way to go to sit on a cold bleacher.
And they got a pretty good crowd here to come that far. So the scoreboard says it's 2nd and 10, but they did move it a little bit. We're going to call it 2nd and 9.
We're going to call it 2nd and 9. We break and huddle, putting wide out to the left side. Got those wings. Morris is a setback.
That's
whole lot of commotion.
That's one time.
One of them trick plays that didn't work.
It's like Dan said, we ain't been outside probably much this week, and that I like the idea right there. It's really a like a little cross buck play. I really, really like it, but we really, really got to get that thing practiced more. I like everybody going the other way and then him coming across the green like that, but that's 2, if not 3 times now our quarterback and tailback have kind of collided. So it's going to be 3rd, and we're going to call it about 12, it looks like, maybe even longer. Yep. And if we don't do something here, it looks like those guys are going to get it back here pretty soon.
But we are taking a lot of ticks off in the clock. Got motion right to left, going to hand it to the left man, which is right. And he's going to turn the corner, picks up a few yards, but not enough.
I like the call. I mean, I ain't going to lie to you. I like the call. It's going to be under 6 minutes before they get the ball back. They got to score twice.
Good call. All we got to do is really hold them. Let them run 3 or 4 plays, hold them, get it back, and just keep chewing time off that clock, because it is not a 2-score game, but a 2-touchdown game.
Exactly. Remember, I hope it don't loom big, but the missed field goal for them
could be a big factor.
That was a big momentum changer too, a little bit.
Moore standing back on the 5-yard line to do the punting. Their receiver is standing inside the 50. And he booms one away, and it's going to be fielded and fumbled. I think he recovered. Well, I don't know. They're still going after it at the 48.
Looks like we're digging. But that guy really shot the gap on us. They're saying they have. Their guys are, but we're not. Nobody's really saying necessarily
just yet.
Jumping up in excitement here.
They're going to have to pull them apart one at a time and see who comes up with it.
Marquis just taking a break. I know what he's doing. So they did bobble the punt. They muffed the punt. And boy, we were inches away from getting it. I see McWhorter down there close to getting that thing.
Coach was fussing about an offsides, and it was an offsides.
Yes, man, he really shot through there, didn't he? I don't think it would have given us a first down, but if he'd have blocked it,
Yeah, it would have given us 5 more yards to punt it.
5 more yards to punt it, and more time to we can run off some clock time.
Exactly right. So they're going to take over on our side of the 50 on about our 48, but 5:44 to go. We're up 14 points.
They're in the shotgun, 2 setbacks in front of him, one of them going in motion from right to left. Quarterback's going to take it and go to his right and cut it back inside. Picks up about 3 yards.
I think our adjustment this half, Doug, has been pinching him.
Yeah.
Notice he hadn't bounced outside.
Everything's been coming back in.
Yeah, and that's, you want to turn him in toward where most players are. So we've done a lot better job, it looks like, pinching in, making Tucker just take it up. But he still picked up three yards for Tryon, but now they can't afford 2 or 3 yards to
No,
play here.
they've got to get a bunch.
This ball game's getting late.
They got to do down and out passes and first downs to stop the clock.
Exactly.
Going with 2 wide out to either side, 1 setback with the quarterback in the shotgun for Tryon. Quarterback rolling left, and he's going to run it. Coming left, stays in bounds.
Marquise and
Picks up a yard. They're going to take it out of bounds, stop the clock.
They were moving.
there is a
I don't know if
flag.
we're going to take it, but they were moving.
I'd go ahead and I'd take the flag, I think.
I believe I would too,
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
you want to get the field position, back it up.
Yeah.
Time's in your favor now.
What is that on us?
Woo! He called a sideline infraction.
So that's the second one tonight. So that's going to give them 5 yards, and that's going to be knocking on a first down.
Okay, they're strict on that sideline junk, aren't they?
Wow. now, what is the rule on that? No coach, only the head coach.
Head coach can be in front of the line.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of a. I don't know. I guess it's a rule, so let's follow the rule. Oh, so that's a dead ball thing.
Yep.
And it is third down.
Third in the yard. The ball is on the 40.
And the clock is
and the
running.
clock starts back.
Yeah, we're down to 4:40 to go in the game. Red Devils on top 14-0 against a feisty Tryon Bulldog team.
And while they're not in their 2-minute offense, I don't know. Quarterback's going to run again. Takes off to the right side.
Ooh.
And he's probably going to get the first, but it's going to be
But
real
he
close.
paid for it, too.
Yeah.
Franklin really hit it. He was kind of slipping, man, and Franklin caught him real good. Tavius just read that thing right and torpedoed him in, and they're going to.
Frank was bringing greetings from the Chamber of Commerce.
He was kind of going out, and Franklin just had a good shot on him. But I tell you, I like.
Going to measure.
Yeah. All right, Dan? Could you see what we got, Dan? Oh, you wasn't on it. Doggone you.
I got to get in line with it. Oh, no, it's too late now.
Yeah, they didn't move it. I thought my yellow line disappeared that time. It's going to be real close.
It'll be close.
I think it's going to be.
It's going to be a little short the way
yeah.
he's pulling it. Yeah, we're going to be about 8 inches, 10 inches short.
Yeah. All right. Well, so let's get those things set. Get this clock back to rolling. The clock is the Red Devils' ally right now. Looks like according to the clock or to the scoreboard, Tryon does have 2 TOs left.
Here again, as soon as they put those chains up, the clock's going to start. They're still in the
huddle.
huddle.
Yeah.
Don't understand this. Unless they're content to just go to the barn with. All right, there's the clock starting. They're just now breaking huddle. Let's see how long they take.
They sprint up to the line.
But when you're down by 2 touchdowns, every second's a big thing. Quarterback sneak, he's going to pick up the first. That stops the clock.
Yeah, everybody in
4:04.
the world knew that was going to be, but that's okay.
Which is not a bad thing in itself because it made them take a play
sure,
to go for the short yardage
exactly.
thing.
And it's fixing to crank up here in a minute, and they're huddling.
They should be lined up with the play called.
Look like the quarterback there kind of stretched his leg out a little bit. I don't know if maybe he took a shot on his thigh or something. Yeah, he's kind of trying to.
So they didn't shot 20 seconds.
Yeah.
They're lined up, ready to go. Quarterback's going to keep. No, he's going to pitch it on the option. And, man, we all over him like white on rice.
Yeah, great job. And I'm going to tell you, you get a team with some speed, that option just really, really don't work. And they're going to lose back from the 37 to the 42. They're going to lose 5 big yards. And along with 5 big yards, about 20 or 30 big seconds. They've just about got to start throwing it now, Doug.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just so fast.
Well, that explains why he hasn't been pitching that much.
Exactly.
We're sitting there ready to cave it in. Down to 3:15 to go in the ball game. Lincoln County up 14-0. Shotgun for Tryon. 2 setbacks with them. They're moving for the snap. Those backs are. Quarterback's throwing one deep down across the middle. He got us beat, but
yeah, he was breaking
quarterback
open.
throws it about 5 yards in front of him.
Yeah, he had a step or two on our defender. It took a perfect pass, but he overthrew him.
15 yards to go.
I think our was basically step for step with him until he saw the ball was overthrown.
He let up.
It appeared to me he let up a little.
Yeah, because we didn't see it till after he threw the ball. So 3:02 left in this football game. Tryon now with a big third down, and the scoreboard says they got to go 16 yards for a first down.
You know,
so
one like that, you almost need to kind of loft it up there and let your receiver
put a little
run up
air,
under.
at least give it like what
Give
both
him a
five
shot.
quarterbacks did both times. You know.
Back in the shotgun again, dropping back, looking down toward the middle. Is going to tuck it, going to get sacked. And we're going to sack him down in about the 50. They're going to say actually he was on about the 48.
So he's going to lose probably 5 or 6 more. So it's going to be 4th and pretty much about 20. So if we can kind of play a couple of guys deep.
That's all we got to do is go with a little prevent.
Yeah,
It's 4th down. They're going to go for it. They got to get all the way down to the 26, looks like.
Yeah. So they're calling it 4th and
should be about 4th and 21.
It's the 27.
all right. The 27, that's right.
27.
And the ball's on the 47 and a
So
half,
about
so it's
about
20 and a half
20, yeah.
yards.
So barring a major play here, Tryon's going to
And the clock's
that
still running,
long
and
trip
they're
back
in. They've already conceded.
yeah, probably so.
Quarterback looking's going to air it out. Wait, this one he throws up, lobs it up there, gives the
caught it.
chance, and he comes down with it. Comes up with it, either one, however you want to say it.
Wow. My goodness.
We had good coverage there. We just jumped a little too soon and didn't get the ball.
So we had 3 guys back there. Some of their fans look like they're leaving. I don't know where you guys may
But
be going.
He lofted it up there and gave him an opportunity to catch it.
Bingo. That's exactly right. So now the clock will start, and so, like I said, the Barna, they've got to get the onside kick.
Their
if
coaches
they
aren't over
score.
there listening to me, are they? Told them how to tell them to throw it.
Thank you, Doug. So clock's under 2 minutes. We're up 2 touchdowns, but they're knocking on the
and
door
goal.
again. Now, how big was that hold at halftime?
2 wides either side. One setback with the quarterback in the shotgun. Got a whistle blowing.
Tryon, I think,
Timeout.
takes timeout.
Tryon.
Wow, we just don't believe in breathers.
No. And, you know, all right, it's good they use the timeout right there. Now they're only down to 1. They can't stop the clock but one time if we get the ball back.
Oh, and it's pretty much a done deal now. If we get our hands, guys, up there and get the onside kick, if they score, they have not scored yet, may I say. But they're on about our 9-yard line. That was big. Like I said, we had 3 guys on him, and you're right. That we just mistimed the jump.
That was it.
And he timed his right and pulled it in. So these guys from, would y'all tell me, the northwest part of the state won't go away.
The furthest corner of the
wow.
left
They told us
corner of Georgia.
225 miles. If you go drive that far, you might as well play a good game,
That's
and
right.
they have.
And go home, know you've done your best. And on that pass, if he'd thrown that pass like he did the one before that, where it was on plane, it never been caught.
Yeah. Right, you're exactly right.
Minute 49 to go in the ball game. Lincoln County still up 14-0. Tryon knocking. 1st and goal from the 7. 2 wides either side. Motion left to right. Quarterback fakes inside. Handoff to him. Rolls to his left and lobs a pass. Going to get batted down. Incomplete. Minute 43 to go in the ball game.
Who was that that tipped it? I couldn't quite tell.
Rusty Scott.
Rusty
Rusty?
Scott. Okay.
Second down.
Yeah, we just about pick him off. So they're going to be 2nd and goal. The scoreboard says 7, but it looks like at least the 8 or 9.
Yeah, the scoreboard's incorrect. That's on about
Yeah.
the 8-yard line.
Okay, so we're
I can't believe you said the 8, and not the 8 and
8
1
and
foot.
7/16, 9/20 seconds.
I'm not standing right on it. I'm standing at the goal line.
Quarterback
Second
up
down.
under center. 3 receivers on the right side. Looking right. Throws across the middle. Knocked down again. Incomplete. Minute 40 to go. 3rd down.
Yeah, I heard there, Coach Holla, he stopped, and he did. He was fortunate that wasn't picked off. The quarterback's got a good arm, but he's not really been on target a lot tonight. Throws a pretty decent football, but the ugliest pass when he just lofted it up. All right, Athens Academy still in the lead. In case you're wondering, maybe
Put 3 receivers right side. Have them go to the left. Let quarterback roll right and run in.
Kahuna.
That'll do it.
Man, that's all they need.
Flood the zone back and then shoot them back to the
I like
left.
how calm you say that. But they do have 2 to the right.
Got 2.
There he goes,
Well,
Doug. You called it. Oh.
But he needed, if he would have took on out to the outside, because the receivers had pulled the defender's back. All he has to do is get to the corner.
Yep. So Keyston, it looked like Keyston and Marcus on that play. You know, we've had some pretty physical games. This has been a pretty good hitting game. They don't look. I don't think they're as big as we are. We're not. Like I said, we're not huge. It's been a pretty good football game.
But I've been noticing, you know, they're 70s and the 60s numbers players. They're flat chested and they don't have no Dunlaps. No Dunlaps there. It's straight up and down.
Yeah, and they blocked well tonight. You know, we held them right there before halftime. They missed a field goal. Right now, the field goal don't really mean a whole lot. You know, if they make it, they still down 14-3. And if they score 14,
but they don't get shut out.
Well, and that's true.
That'd be a pride thing. But
yeah. And and so you know, and they have moved the ball well tonight. I think they've come with a great offensive scheme. You know, they have spread us out and moved it well on us. But now I'm gonna move over to the guys in red and white. We've stopped when we had to.
We came back out second half, played ball.
Yeah, we've played and buckled it up and played when we've had to. And once again, we've told you we're so inexperienced at our wing backs and tailback positions, but we're doing what it takes to get it done, and it isn't done yet. We've got one more play before we can really say that.
Tryon, quarterback up under the center. This is the season play for them, and breaks some tackles from getting sacked and stays on his feet. Good effort by him, but we finally bring him down.
Yeah, he did not. I tell you, that's a scrappy football player. He didn't want. Tavius had him and did a good job of wrapping it, but he just did not want to go down. You know, he's disappointed. Heck of a football game from that young man tonight. And when you watch this on TV, you'll see 4 is the real deal for them. Tucker's a heck of a football player. Got to be disappointed. So it looks like
frustrated at best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotta be.
And all we really got to do is take a knee for 3.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we go do the victory formation.
And that's what we're going to do is just get everything in there tight, get it, take a step back, and that's what we do. Drop down on the knee. Minute 24, and we're in the.
They can't stop it.
Run the ticks off the clock. They've got no timeout.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, we met a pretty good 4th-seeded team. Remember last week, they did beat their number 1. So everybody knew coming into here, this would not be a cakewalk. They brought a good enough crowd in here that they knew they could play with us. I mean, and was excited to come out here and have the opportunity.
With us. Like I said, the first half, they beat us everywhere except in
on the scoreboard. Sure. So we're down under a minute. We're up 14 points, and we've taken 2 knees now, and looks like we're going to have to play one more or run one more down.
And you think about it, you take away 2 pass plays, and this is anybody's ball game.
It could still be 0-0.
Exactly.
But that's the way it goes. We executed a couple of times when we needed it, and we shut them down when we had to, when we needed it. We've got a touchdown pass tonight from Moore, and that's going to be the football game.
We drop back, take that knee on that final play there. Still 15 seconds, but we don't even have to get a snap off. Their team's going across. And
we want to tell Big D tonight, David Fernandez kept up with our stats that I didn't have to do all that. Got some of their guys embracing one another. This will be the last time they ever some of them touched the football field together. So we're going to go with Dan as soon as he can get a hold of Coach.
Coach is going across there, congratulating the other coaches and everything. Very good football game. Like I said, you take away 2 passes and it's a dogfight to the end here. It would take away those 2 pass plays and we don't make anything materialize after that, and it's a field goal game.
It is, yeah. So.
Whenever you're ready, Dan, just jumping in.
Coaches congratulating their kids that just hugged their quarterback. Good game he played, so just giving him a chance to speak to them. He's looking for somebody with them, but I'm going to follow him around until he gets to speak to who he wants to speak to. They did a good job out there. Oh, he was getting with our tailback. Coach, I know that was a very well coached team played. He's getting some congratulations down here. Coach, that was a very well played game by them. I know they're a well coached team. I know you got to be glad tonight to get a win against a good team. After all, they beat their number 1 seed last week.
Well, right now we'll take any win any week, and you know what we're doing is playing good defense and our kicking game staying sound, and we're just having a hard time moving the football, and you know that's just gonna happen. Folks got to be patient with us, but we got to win, and a win's a win.
Rusty Scott looked good out there on a couple of nice passes down there. That was good to see, wasn't it?
He does. Rusty's a great receiver, really. We didn't get him the ball enough all year, but we got to throw it a little better, and we'll work on that some this week.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Good game. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan and Coach Campbell.